The three Americans, Mark Gonsalves, Thomas Howes, and Keith Stansel, are back on U.S. soil, starting what military officials say will be a lengthy period of medical and psychological care after 5 years in captivity. President George Bush, whom President Alvaro Uribe called to notify him of the Colombian military's rescue operation, has long supported Bogotá's campaign to crack down on the Marxist group FARC.
I'm proud of our relationship with Colombia, and I'm proud of my friend, President Uribe, and I appreciate his courage and his strong leadership and the successful operations they waged.
Washington has also spent billions of dollars trying to help Colombia put drug traffickers out of business. The three Americans were working on one such mission when their plane crashed and FARC rebels captured them in February 2003.
The United States had been working with the government of Colombia for the last several years, ever since the American hostages had been taken, in order to try to free them safely and successfully in a way that would not cause any harm to the individuals. And thankfully, that's what happened yesterday.
Some observers say FARC's power has been weakened, both by the deaths of two key leaders this year and by the loss of perhaps their most valuable hostages. But with upwards of 10,000 members and some 700 Colombian citizens still held in captivity, the U.S. and other countries say now is not the time to let up on FARC.
Our approach with the FARC has been in sync with the Colombian government, which has been a program of democratic security designed to use military success to bring the FARC to the negotiating table. But obviously, to come to the negotiating table, the FARC has to make a decision that it wants to negotiate.
What has raised some eyebrows in Washington, the fact that this rescue happened during a campaign stop by Republican presidential candidate John McCain in Cartagena. McCain says Uribe told him over dinner Tuesday night that the rescue would be attempted, but denies it was done for his political benefit.
I would remind you that these things require incredibly long planning and coordination, etc. There's no way possible that I could have had anything to do with our visit that I could imagine.
Presumptive Democratic nominee Barack Obama quickly praised the rescue and Uribe's strategy. But with campaign stops in the upper Midwest, he perhaps missed an opportunity to boost his foreign policy credentials.
Well, Rosiland joins us now live. And Rosiland, 3 American hostages rescued there. The White House said that it had been involved in the planning stages of this operation. What more do we know about the extent of the U.S. involvement?
Well, that's one thing that the officials at the White House and in other agencies in the U.S. government don't want to get into, because obviously if this sort of situation comes up again, they don't want to tip their hand, as it were. But it could be presumed that perhaps they were giving them ideas on how to deal with hostage takers. There is a very vibrant community here in the United States where police officials develop the ability to try to work with hostage takers so that people's lives are not lost as they try to resolve a hostage situation. Also, keep in mind that several $billions have gone into anti-narcotics trafficking efforts in Colombia since the 1990s, and so there has been a long-standing relationship between U.S. and Colombian military officials who try to deal with people who are basically trying to evade both Colombian and U.S. law.
And I suspect that the success of this operation will encourage the U.S. now to continue with its military and financial assistance.
Oh, you can almost bet that if President Bush were to go to the U.S. Congress and to say we need more money for anti-drug trafficking efforts, that it's going to be pretty difficult for the Democratic-controlled Congress to say to him, well, we don't want to spend more money. However, there is this concern about the influx of drugs into U.S. communities, so he might actually have a little more traction in getting that sort of funding. We're talking several $billions at a time when the U.S. is dealing with multi-billion-dollar deficits.
Thanks, Rosiland. That was Rosiland Jordan joining us there from Washington.